I love being vindicated at times. Sometimes it feels good. It feels good to know that what you're saying isn't just my opinion. Obviously, all of it is my opinion, but I watch sports a lot. Obviously, I don't watch every sport that much, but I watch sports a lot, meaning I know a lot of things. And people on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, people were killing me when I talked about the college football playoffs and their rankings, and how it was unfair for the 1 seed to have essentially the hardest route when we got to the college football playoffs. Now, people heard that and say, well, Jalen, you're an Oregon fan. Of course you're going to feel that way. What? Or, Jalen, why should the number 1 seed, they've demonstrated that they've been the best seed in the league. Why should they have an easy way? Why should they should show that they're the number 1 seed by playing I heard it all. Jalen, do you know how wrong? Do you know how soft you sound? I heard it all. Jalen, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. The number 1 seed shouldn't have What's the point of getting the number 1 seed if they're just going to have a cakewalk to the championship? I heard it all. And do you know what yesterday's seeding change confirmed? I was right. The NCAA changed their seeding format, so it's going to be outright seeding. So it's not going to be, it's going to be outright seeding. To put that into perspective, what that means, if you were to go back to last year's playoffs, number 1 Oregon, their road, they would have had to face the winner of Boston or Boise State in Indiana, and then they would have to face the winner of Clemson, Notre Dame, or Penn State, and then they would have went to the national championship. Just like I said last year. Again, I heard it all. Jalen, no other sport rewards their number 1 seeds. That's not true. Every sport rewards their number 1 seed. NBA, the number 1 seed has the easiest route. They go up against the 8th seed. Then they go up against the winner of, I think, the 3 and 4 seed, or the 4 and 5 seed, I think. You have demonstrated that you are the best team in whatever sport. Last year, Oregon demonstrated that they were the best team in the regular season. You had 18 games to demonstrate you are the best, and that's what they demonstrated. It's not, oh, you're rewarding them. They showed that they were consistently the best team in college football. If you want to go now, the Oklahoma City Thunder displayed that they were the best team in the West. So their reward is you play the 8th seed, or you play the seed that just got out of the play-in. That is your reward. You don't have to go up against a Minnesota Timberwolves first round. You don't have to go up against a Denver Nuggets first round. You don't have to go up against a LA Clippers first round. You don't have to go up against the Golden State Warriors first round. You get the worst seed in the tournament, in the playoffs, on that side of the bracket. In football, The 1 seed doesn't even play in the wild card. They play in the second round at home, and it gets reseeded, meaning they play the easier seed. They play the higher seed goes to the 2. Like they play the easier seed. Like I said last year, college football was the format last year was the only format that essentially punished their top seed. I know you're probably hearing, damn, Jalen, like you're kind of yelling, because there's a lot of energy to this. I received a lot of energy from fans, a lot of them. And I'm not saying fans of the show, fans of college football is like, bro, you're only saying this because you're an Oregon fan. No, I'm saying this because I know what's right and I know what's wrong. And look at every single sport, team sport. The number 1 seed gets some type of reward, gets some type of easier path. And why do they get an easier path? Because they demonstrated throughout the regular season that they are one of, if not the best teams in that whatever sport. And the vindication was yesterday. The college football playoffs was like, you know what, Jay? You might be right. Because let me tell you what have happened. I will tell you, if they did not change that, I'm going to tell you what would happen. And you know that this would have happened because they changed it immediately. Because they're not dumb. This is a committee. They're not dumb. They may not make the best decision from time to time, but they're not stupid. They know what have happened. Oregon, let's say any team. A team demonstrates that they're the best team in the nation all season. I can tell you what they will do. They will look and say, all right, would it be beneficial to win our conference championship if that means that with us winning our conference championship, we'd have to go up against a Penn State, then we'd have to go up against an Ohio State. No, I'm sorry. Back up. We'd have to go up against Ohio State the first game. After sitting for 2+ weeks after winning the Big Ten championship, should we just lose it? Because if we lose the Big Ten championship, then that means we have to play an extra game, but we play SMU. Then after we play SMU, we play the winner of Boise State in Indiana. Then after that, we'd have to worry about Ohio State in the national championship, but we already have 2 games under our belt. So what the rule change or the seating change is telling you is they know, just like I knew what was going to happen if they didn't change this rule, you're going to have teams deliberately tank end of seasons or tank conference championships to get better seating. Because trust and believe, everyone wants to win a conference championship, but they really want to win a national championship. Do you know how many Pac-12 conference championships Oregon has? Now, do you know they have last year's Big Ten championship? Nobody talks about that because they were the number 1 seed and they got destroyed against Ohio State the first game of the conference or college football playoffs. When you saw someone like Penn State, they had to go up against SMU, then they had to go up against Clemson, I think. Oh, no, come on now. Notre Dame? I know Notre Dame, shout out to them. They did make it to the national championship, but still, this is my vindication. I don't want to be like the whole nana boo-boo type thing, but this is them telling me, oh no, Jalen, you were right. So for all the people in my comments that was saying I sound stupid, or I don't want the number one seeds to work. They worked the whole season. What last year's seeding would have done is it would have made conference championships obsolete, because teams would avoid that at all costs. Teams would avoid success in the regular season and avoid success in the conference championships because they're trying to get to the college football playoffs. Because, and I said this last year, which people killed me for, there should be no reason why Penn State or Boise State had an easier road to the college football championship, or Notre Dame had an easier road to the college football championship than number one Oregon. And clearly the committee felt the same way, because they changed it just a year in. They were like, yeah, we gotta change that. Look, man, that's all I'm saying. I'm not calling myself Notre Dame. I'm just saying. I know I watch sports, man. I do. I know this is an unpopular podcast because I have some unpopular takes, and that clearly was an unpopular take last year, but clearly I'm right. And they knew I was right. I know ain't not one of them people listen to me, but I knew what I'm talking about. What they don't want is them to trick off pretty much the conference championships. Because it's crazy how Penn State had an easier path than Oregon, and they lost the Big Ten championship. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.